One soldier went off the record and, well, not off the record, but anonymously, he spoke to Benny Johnson, who's with, I think, Turning Point USA, and he said, "Yesterday, dozens of senators and congressmen walked down our lines taking photos, shaking our heads, and thanking us for our service. Within 24 hours, they had no further use for us and banished us to the corner of a parking garage. We feel incredibly betrayed." Now, we're going to play a video on the screen very quickly. It's only about 10 seconds long, just showing kind of the conditions that these National Guards men and women were faced with. So there you have it. I don't think that it is a really good look for the establishment or for really anyone involved in this. Now, to be fair, there's been a lot of blame shifting going around, and we don't know whose fault this was exactly. Who made the call that said, no, you got to go into the parking garage and you got to be there? We don't know. What I do think this shows is that having the National Guard, having this huge show of force in D.C. for Biden's inauguration, it was all just virtue signaling. It was all just a show to basically, say, look, we're doing something. We're protecting the chosen president. And probably nothing was going to happen. Nothing big anyway. I mean, the FBI was investigating. A lot of people were investigating. Nothing huge was going to happen. And then they just kind of cast them to the side when they were no longer needed
Once
for
their
show.
purpose had been fulfilled.
So the point I'm trying to make is it was all for show.
Yeah.
And that's kind of annoying to me. Just that, our politicians and I don't know whose fault this was, but just that the establishment in D.C. will use servicemen and women for themselves, for their own benefit, and then just disregard them when they're done.
Yeah. Well, it's really sad, just the kind of level of disrespect that we've seen over the past few years in terms of service members, with policemen, with troops, with all of these people groups that used to be such a symbol of hope and respect in America, and now it just seems like they are used for photo ops, and that's about it.
By everyone. I mean, the politicians just use soldiers for photo ops. Even when, I think it's nice when politicians will go to Iraq or Afghanistan and take photos with the troops. They're not doing that for the troops. They're doing that for themselves. So they can have a photo op so that when they run for president, or if they are already the president, they can just have a picture of them with the troops in a war zone. What are your thoughts, Brian?
Yeah, it does. I mean, it just makes me kind of sad. Like these people who they're being treated as props. Like,
that's a good word. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, I mean, that's literally what you do, around your house. It's Halloween, once Christmas passes, you just throw the Christmas tree and ornaments back in the garage, which is how it feels like with that. And it's just, it's sad. I do agree with you that it's probably a little too early to pin blame on any single entity. Obviously, you're going to see, you'll see a lot of people blaming Joe Biden for this, which, we can't speak on his culpability.
No, it could have been a bureaucratic thing. Just some, bureaucrat somewhere said, hey, we'll just throw them here. And we don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, it's just... Like I said, it's sad to see. I really wish that is one of the things. And to be fair, it's not just politicians. You see this everywhere, whether it's celebrities or professional athletes, actors, actresses, all that stuff. These are photo ops. This is all optics. They want to seem like they are supporting the troops, supporting our men and women in service. And to be fair, I do think some of those people in those pictures, they genuinely do care. I think that goes without saying. But yesterday's example was a particularly egregious one of just people not caring. These are human beings, people who are taking, and like you said, who knows how much danger there actually was surrounding the inauguration. At the very least, they were still out there doing their jobs, supporting their country.
Doing what they're supposed to do.
Exactly. And they were cast aside like last year's Christmas props.
Yeah, I should be very clear. I'm not blaming the National Guard's troops at all for any of this. They were these men and women are heroes.
Yeah.
They do what they're told, and they serve whenever the country calls them to do so. I think it's the people in charge of them that just don't care about them.